Welcome to Basement MTG with me, a nerd in his basement. In this video I'll be opening up a play booster box from the new Spider-Man Universes Beyond set. Been pretty excited for this set as I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I've seen some hate online, but not really sure what there is to hate. Spider-Man, magic. You know, if you don't like that, then I guess just got to skip it and move to the next one. But I have always been a big Spider-Man fan since I was a kid. So Spider-Man themed magic, right up my alley. All right. The token in the front kind of throws me off a little bit. Surveil land. Okay, this is like all backwards. This is the foil here. Common, and it's going right into the rare. Well, that's an awesome card. Looks like I'm going to have to make a villain deck if you got something like this. Maximum hand size is 8. Draw up to 8 anytime you go below it. Not anytime, at the beginning of the end step. Nice. Uncommons. This thing's a little goofy. I don't know about this one. I just don't like that it's so specific to spider. I mean, if people aren't playing spiders, then that first part is just kind of obsolete. Target creature gets +1/+0 on fights. And destroying a non-creature artifact 3 or less if you do some excess damage. Not bad at all. Got an artifact food. Some 1/1 counters, drawing cards, or gaining life and drawing cards. I like that. Some more drawing. Unblockable if that's attacking and you pay. Giving some creatures flying and a little damage to creature. Okay, this is weirding me out that these are backwards. We'll start with the uncommons. Uncommon land target legendary gets menace. Not bad. Green Goblin Revenant. A lot of discard opportunities in this set, it looks like, to trigger the Mayhem ability. Draw 3 cards, counter target spell, and draw a card. Not bad. Little treasure creation. Really like this one. I don't know why. I mean, 3 mana usually is just the counter spell. You add that tapping in. It's a nice addition to some control. Some damage when you're casting some heavier spells. Pigeon leaves, create some food. Beef up some spiders. Some tokens. Speaking of tokens, foil surveil land, foil uncommon, seething striker. Get some conniving, a little more discarding opportunity for the mayhem. Get the spider ham. This goofy thing, but really not bad. 2 mana, 2/2, creates a food when it comes in and gives all those things. Long list of stuff, +1/+1. Spinneret and Spiderling. And that's pretty good too. Get her in the Spider deck, you know, get some 1/1 counters, some card advantage with exiling the top and being able to play it. Alright, this is just weirding me out that it's like this. I like it. Alright. Searching for some lands. Doc Ock getting a little bigger if the graveyard's filled. Some damage. Discarding triggers. Like this. Little mana acceleration. Web up. Okay. Similar to Banishing Light and Oblivion Ring. More mana acceleration. Venom Evil Unleashed. Connor's Curse. When he enters, one target creature loses all abilities and becomes a lizard with base power toughness 4/4. Alright. Saga. Some surveilling. Copying creature, and I like these new, like, they add this a lot now. The copy isn't legendary. I like that. Get those legendary copies out there. And some drawn cards. And here's the uncommons. Whoop. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. All right. It's really throwing me off, this backwards stuff. Let's see. All right, searching for some more equipment. In combat, target non-equipment artifact comes a 3/3. Scarlet Spider Cane. Enters, discard a card, put a 1/1 counter. It's got the Mayhem ability. You can cast it from your graveyard for just one if you discarded it. Some conniving. A little milling. Some mayhem. That symbiote again. Some destroy a creature for a greater. Get some 1/1 counters or hexproof. Then just pay 1. Search your library for basic land. Okay. Combat 1 creature gains first strike and vigilance. You know, that's really not a bad common card right there, because considering it's every combat, you can choose a creature for that. It's not just like an enter ability or anything. 1/1 counter and some fighting. Token. Land. Foil pigeon. And here we go. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. Modified creature deals damage to a player, exile the top, and can play it this turn. It's a pretty legit little 3-mana card. Know how to go about these. Don't particularly like that it's all backwards. Draw 2 cards for 7. Yeah, I mean, it being an ability you can do over and over again. They got to jack up the mana cost for that. Little mayhem. Or conniving. Turn, target creature, mana value 2 or less. Graveyard to your hand. Okay. Web slinging, searching for lands. Little damage dealing, reach, trample. Ward 2, pretty good. More web slinging, some more counters. Okay, I kind of like this, how you move the counters over. If a modified creature loses, just put 1/1 counter on this. I mean, just putting one on there, it's not like all the ones from if they have 1/1 counters, but I mean that goes for auras and equipments as well. Villain enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Surveil land. And it's that Spinneret and Spiderling again, foil this time. Shadow of the Goblin. Beginning of your main phase, discard a card, draw a card. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, does 1 damage to each opponent. Well, I suppose it doesn't say anything about like choosing these abilities, so I guess these are just in effect whenever they're triggered. It's not bad. Okay, I do not like these backwards cards. Goodness. All right. Damage to its power to itself. Okay. And 2 damage to the controller. 2 less if you have a permanent 4 or greater. 1 or 2 target creatures get +1/+0. They each deal damage to a creature. Just a little green, dealing their damage outright. Start trying to go a little quicker through these, since now we're starting to get into stuff we've seen. Dinosaur villains, a little removal. Drawing some cards. Conniving. Beef up some cats. And Sandman. Power and toughness equal to the lands. Can't be blocked by power 2 or less. Turn this card and target land card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's pretty legit. Has his own graveyard revival mechanic built in. The Rhino. 7 mana, Vigilance, Trample Haste, 6/7. When he attacks, if you cast a spell of 4 or greater, draw a card. I like that. Gotta love drawing cards, and then, I mean, that's quite a bit of stuff going on there. Let's see, return a permanent. Some more food. A little milling. 1/1 counters, some haste. It's that first strike vigilance again. That mana acceleration a bit. Adds 1 of any color. Counters on some spiders. Milling and put a permanent from the graveyard, from among them. Oh, into your hand, gain 3 life. Or destroy a creature with flying. Little options there. Surveil land. Beef up some creatures. If it's a spider, get a little extra benefit. I guess this was another uncommon here. 1/1 counter for each spider you can, or no, gets +1/+1 for each spider you control until end turn. All right. Let's see. When this equipment enters, attached to a creature, gets +2/+2. If it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card for each modified creature you control. All right, I like that. Looks like there's a lot of that going on in this deck. A lot of modifying 1/1 counters, so should be able to draw up a decent amount of cards in the right deck. All right. Loses abilities, becomes a 1/1. I like cards like these. Just make somebody's great creature obsolete. Destroying a creature. A little bouncing. 1/1 counters, modifying up some creatures. Pigeon, the vehicle. Got our spider token, some food. J. Jonah Jameson. Suspect up to 1 target. A suspected creature has menace and can't block. Creature control with menace attacks. Create a treasure token. Alright. Uncommon here. The equipment. When he attacks. It's +1/+1 in reach. When he attacks, tap creature. Got this alternate art, Spider-Man Noir. Creature you control attacks alone. 1/1 counter. Surveil X, where X is the number of counters on it. And got 2 in this one here. Whoop. Enters, but 1/1 counter target. If modified creature you control these. A lot of this modified creatures deal combat damage, drawing cards. And I'm not mad about it. All right. Discardings. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature for 2 mana. Okay. Typically 3 mana, so that's nice. Let's see. When this enters, create a food. Add 1 of any color. Some treasure tokens. Some damage. And let's see, until end of turn, it gets indestructible, and whenever it's dealt damage, but that many 1/1 counters on it. Oh yeah, like that. And Spider Punk. Creature enters with your choice of a 1/1 counter or haste. Other spiders have the same ability. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. That is a pretty crazy 2 mana card. Nice. Shriek. Some discarding. Let's see. Oops. Ezekiel Sims, a spider totem. Beginning combat in your turn, target spider gets +2/+2 till end of turn. And each combat, I'm getting a spider beefed up a little bit, and he's got reach himself. It's not bad. This enters, search for land. Let's see, some stuff we've seen already. Create a treasure. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Removal. Land. And let's see. Peter Parker's camera. 3 film counters. Remove a film counter and copy target activated or triggered ability. Choose new targets. Okay. Shocker Unshakable. That first strike on your turn. When he enters, 2 damage to a creature and that controller. Turning some stuff into symbiotes. And you can cast this back from your graveyard. Some mana. Stuff we've been seeing. Searching for some lands, a little web slinging. And Craven. Creature an opponent controls with the greatest power among creatures that player controls dies. Draw a card and put a 1/1 counter on them. Nice, in for 3 mana, 4/3 trample. It's pretty good. Alright, that destroy attacking blocking. Ezekiel again. Create 2 1/1 flying robots. Chain creature gets +2/+2. Okay. 5 mana seems a little steep, but not bad. Bunch of stuff we've been seeing. Foil of Vibrant Cityscape, essentially Evolving Wilds. Ooh. And let's see, Arachne, Psionic Weaver, Web Slinging. Look at opponent's hand, choose a card, type other than creature, costs 1 more to cast. Alright. Suppose that's for everybody though. Spells of the chosen type cost 1 more to cast. Alright. Prowler, Clawed Thief. Villains you control enters. Prowler connives. Alright. Trigger some of that mayhem. Look at the top 5. Reveal 2 creatures from among them. Put them on your hand. Rest in the bottom. Sack it for a treasure. Mana, let's see. Cast a spell. Mana 4 greater. Exile a top. You can play it until you exile another card with this creature. Some food. Things we've seen. Surveil. Ooh, Gwen Stacy. Nice. Exile a top card of your library when she enters. Play that card as long as you control this. Pay 5 to Transformer. Ghost Spider. Flying Vigilance Haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a 1/1 counter. Remove 2 1/1 counters from to exile top card of your library. Like that. And Electro as well. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. When you cast instant sorcery, add some red mana. When it leaves, you can pay X. And he'll deal X damage to target player. Nice. That might not go in the villain deck. It might have to just go straight into a normal old red deck. It's a sick card. Let's see, Aunt May. Gain life. It's a spider. Put a 1/1 counter on it. 1 mana, 0/2. Not bad. Spider Girl, she got turn your turn flying, leaves, get a token. Let's see, Hobgoblin. Whenever you discard a card, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And there's a fair amount of discarding going on with all the conniving. Foil Shock. Oh. Turn 6 target creature cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not bad. See, Shriek again. Flash Thompson. Tapping, some untapping. Some conniving. Madam Web, Clairvoyant. Get the top card of your library anytime. Cast spider spells and non-creature spells from the top. Whenever you attack, you may mill a card. Exile it from your graveyard and get a 1/1 counter on a creature. Gains flying till end of turn. Not a bad way to reuse a little something that might have got destroyed. Surveil land. And Carnage. Let's see. When he enters, return a creature card, mana value 3 or less. This creature attacks if able. When it deals combat damage to a player, sack it. The damage control crew coming in. Turn a card mana value 4 or greater from your graveyard to your hand, or exile artifact or enchantment when it enters. Equipment. Craven. Its power is equal to the greatest value among mana value of permanents you control. There's that spell again. I like it. Green-red Surveil. Superior Spider-Man. With the Mind Swap, you can have Superior Spider-Man enters a copy of any creature card in a graveyard, except his name is Superior Spider-Man, 4/4 human, Spider-Human hero. And when you do, you exile the card from the graveyard. Also an enchant land, Friendly Neighborhood. When it enters, create 3 1/1 white human citizens. Enchant land has target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each creature you control. Not bad at all. That is a Friendly Neighborhood. Green Goblin. Let's see, when he attacks, discard a card, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn. Okay. Yep, some stuff we've seen. Let's see. Another Daily Bugle building. The commons. Stuff we've seen. And let's see. Target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures they control. Then destroy all creatures. I like it. Nothing like a little board wipe every now and again. Spider-Man Noir, the regular art. Pictures of Spider-Man. And Molten Man. Search your library for a mountain. He gets +1/+1 for each mountain. Another villain that fits right into just a straight red deck. And some commons we've likely seen already. And the Spider-Woman, artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Nice. We got Morbius, Flying Vigilance Lifelink. 3/1. Exile this card from your graveyard. Look at the top 3 of your library. 1 in your hand, rest on the bottom. Enters. Create a 2/1/1 green spider. Gain a life for each spider. Spiders get +1/+1. Can't be blocked with Defender. And it may again. Commons. Treasure. Dock Ox Tentacles. Every creature you control with mana value 5 or greater enters. Attach this equipment to it. Well, he's 5 or greater. You're going to need those tentacles. That's for sure. Alright, got the Shapeshifter, Chameleon. Comes in as a copy, except his name is Chameleon. And he's got Mayhem, copy of a creature. Sandman's Quicksand, another Mayhem. Creature get -2/2. But if you do the Mayhem, it's only your opponent's creatures. Commons. See, Parker Luck Enchantment. Beginning your end step, 2 target players each reveal the top card of their library. They each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player. Then they each put the card they revealed into the hand. Alright. Not terrible, but I don't like, even though damage is being dealt, I don't like helping out my opponent. I don't want them to have a card in hand. Unless I can deal damage to them for it. But it doesn't say draw, it says they just put it there. Oh, I don't know. Flash Thompson again. Sandman's Quicksand. Damage Crew. Commons. Death of Gwen Stacy. Destroy target creature. Each player may discard a card. Each player who doesn't loses 3 life. Exile any number of target players' graveyards. Alright. Let's see. Team Up. Living Brain, Secret Identity. Till end of turn, target creature you control becomes a citizen. It's a 1/1 with hexproof, or you can do a 3/4 with Flying Vigilance. Silver Sable. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter. When it attacks, target modified gains lifelink. The commons. And the little spider that caused it all. Reach, Death Touch, sack it, search for a spider hero. Reveal it, put it in your hand. There you go. Spider-Man Noir, School Days, Molten Man, Commons, Venomized Cat. Foil Ezekiel, and Spectacular Spider-Man. Gains flying, sack them. Creatures you control get hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Not bad. see. Had this as the alt art of that, or the regular art of this one here. Daily Bugle. Tombstone. Enters, return a villain from your graveyard to your hand. Villains cost one less. There you go. Get that villain deck going. More. Let's see, I got the commons here. Token, foil land, and oh boy. Hold on, let's see here. Hide on the ceiling first. Let's see, exile him, and then return him back to the field. Okay. Now this is excellent. What an awesome artwork. It's all nice and foily. When it enters, create a 2/1 green spider. And transform him. Ooh, it's very shiny with this gold. Each legendary spell you cast that's one or more colors has web slinging. For 3. That is excellent. Alright, Green Goblin. The Web Shooters. Alt art. The Web Warriors. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Beef them all up. Commons. Ooh. Token. Some Surveilling. Ultimate Green Goblin. Beginning of your upkeep, discard a card, create a treasure token, and he's got Mayhem himself. Looks like a nice way to trigger Mayhem every upkeep. Then we got Spider-Man, 2099. Can't cast him though on your first, second, third turn. Double strike Vigilance. It's your end step if you played a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. Deals damage equal to his power to any target. Get those 1/1 counters up on him. Be doing some damage. Web of Life, Destiny. Convoke. Beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card from among them. Or you can put a creature card from among them on the battlefield, put the rest in the bottom of your library. Well, that's nice. And Convoke can get that out nice and cheap. Start getting some free creatures out. That might just have to be going into a deck that's got some high value or high mana creatures and just start pumping them out. Nice. All right. That Wisecrack, Spider-Mobile, Spider-Man India, Commons, see, we got that. Let's see, that rare land. You can return a tapped creature to just put the land into play. Ooh. And Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. Let's see, when he enters and he wasn't cast, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Damage will be dealt to Anti-Venom. Prevent that damage, put that many 1/1 counters on him. If he enters and he wasn't cast, well, something like this. Stick him right into play. Interesting. All right. The Vulture. Other villains gain flying whenever he attacks. Heroes hang out, exiling the cards and playing them. 1 or 2 target creatures to get +1/+0 first strike. Spider UK, Web Slinging, being at end step, 2 or more creatures entered under your control, draw and gain 2 life. Some commons. Is that? Oh, this is a different rare land. Enters from a graveyard, you lose 2 life. Oh, so it's got the Grixis colors and Mayhem. It's awesome. And nice little alt art. Spider, reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, create a 1/2 spider with reach. Awesome. Awesome art for that. Got Secret Identity again. Another Rhino. A Scorpion, some commons. And Morloon, Devourer of Spiders. Lifelink enters with X when one counters on him. Enters deal X damage to an opponent. Alright then. And then they're nice and beefed up with a little lifelink. Silver Sable again. Spider-Man Heroic Horde. If he enters, if it's using web slinging, 3 life. 2/2/1 spiders with reach. Bouncing, some commons. Spot Living Portal. Enters, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent and 1 target non-land permanent from a graveyard. He dies, put him on the bottom of his owner's library. If you do, return the exiled cards to their owner's hands. Nice. And the last booster. Craven again. Spots Portal. Put target creature on the bottom of its owner's library. You lose 2 life unless you control a villain. Oh, I think there's another one. There we go. Some commons. Vibrant Cityscape. And lastly, the Goblin Glider. Enters if it was cast from your graveyard attached to creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 flying haste and has the Mayhem ability. Fitting for the Goblin Glider and this Mayhem style discarding stuff with those villains. Well, that was all of it. Got some pretty good hits over here. Some good stuff. Gonna have to make myself a nice villain and spider deck now. Well, if you like this, there's also another video of me opening up one of the bundles. So get that a check. And get out there and get some of this Spider-Man. It's a pretty cool set. Like these different alternate art cards here. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.